away they go. Germiston Stadium, 2016 SA Champs Junior Ladies 5000 meter final. Straight to the front is Nicole van der Merwe from CGA. Also in this race is Ashley Simonis from VP. She is the 2016 SA 10 kilometer junior champion. Also is Tsegafatu Setlaku from Prestige College. Quite formidable young lady as well.
Yes, it seems like it's Van der Merwe here, really just going out and trying to make this race her own, but just at the back now is Ashley Simone from Western Province. I recently saw her running in Cape Town. Really a future junior to look out for.
Lisa Botha from AGN is also in this race. Botha trains with Dion Simon at World Centurion. Dion Simon's daughter, Letitia Simon, running in America. Lisa Botha will also be going to America later this year. Let's see what Lisa Botha does in this race today.
Yes, Adrian, it'll be really interesting to see. Dominic Scott, of course, recently running a very, very fast 15:25 5,000 meter, just missing out on Olympic qualifying. Really looking forward to seeing what Van der Merwe is capable of doing. So we're looking at a time of about 16 minutes, 17 minutes perhaps.
2 CGA athletes in this race, 2 AGN athletes, and then single athletes from VP, Free State, Boeland, and Mpumalanga. But Nicole van der Merwe still in the lead. I think Nicole is the clear favorite here today. Nicole is really fit for this race. She's been running good road races as well over the past few years, especially in the Spar ladies races.
Yes, what's your take on young athletes running road races and not focusing on cross country and track and field races? I mean, you're still young, you're still developing. Your time will come to run road races. What's your opinion?
My opinion is that you should run road races a bit later in your career, but when speaking to Elroy Geland at one stage, he said that although he runs all these races, road, track, cross country, everything, his main focus still stays on the 5000. So whilst he does all these other races, he does those things to strengthen his 5000 meter, and that's maybe the mindset that some of these ladies are taking it on. Ashley Simonis herself, a very formidable road athlete. She runs road races almost weekly.
Yes, weekly for me, I'm very doubtful about that. But let me not be negative about stuff, as I am one of those guys who look at the future of an athlete. I really would like to see a lady like Van der Merwe and like Simonis and like Tsegofatso, who's also in this race. I would really like to see them succeed as senior track athletes, track and cross-country athletes, and then moving on, of course, to your longer half marathons and eventually in your late 20s, early 30s, moving on to the marathon mark.
Yes, Regine, it's just crazy to see how the development of the athletes come along. In our days, there was not even speeches of doing road races while you're doing track, but these days the athletes use road races to improve their performances. So that's another thing we should look at, the way that athletics is developing. Maybe road is helping them actually, but also worth mentioning there, sticking right behind Nicole van der Merwe is Michaela Lowe from Free State. We mentioned earlier in the men's race Enrico Williams running really good times last year and on the steeplechase, and now we see the girl here from Free State, Michaela Lowe. She's sticking Nicole van der Merwe and she's still looking comfortable.
Yes, indeed, of course, there's some great middle, long distance running happening in Free State, of course, the home of Johan Cronje, the legendary Johan Cronje. That is, as well as guys like Hannes Nodier, Reinhard van Rensburg, just a few names to mention. So these people are really very, very fit. Adrian, you know the people better on that side. I mean, the coaches from Free State. I mean, there's really world-class athletes coming from Free State, also focusing on the middle, long-distance races.
Yes, Enrico Williams always spoke very highly of his coach at HTS, Louis Botha, and also you have the very famous DB Prinsloo there at Kofsies. But I must say, Reggie, Nicole van der Merwe looks really good. She looks like she's going to take the win here, maybe. But I must say, Nicole or Michaela Lowe in second place, she looks as comfortable as they come. Let's see how they do over the last few laps.
But off camera now, I see trying to make a move is Ashley Simone is actually coming into the shot now. In third position, the Western Province junior athlete. What I like about her is how she lifts the knees. She doesn't have a strong figure like Nicole van der Merwe, but of course that's not what it's about, right? She has a very good running technique, and look here now, she's trying to come straight to the start. She's taking the lead. Western Province athlete taking the lead here at Germiston. I like her knee lift, as I said, the swing of the arms, relaxed running technique. Indeed, of course, the knee lift and everything just coming from a strong core that is, Ashley Simonis.
Simone is also at the VPL and Boland leagues down at coastal level, takes the senior ladies out race after race. She isn't afraid to take the lead. She maybe just didn't want to start as fast, but she's now in the lead where she likes to be. She likes to be in the lead and to take the ladies out. Just the other day, she told me she was going for a 10k tempo run where her heart rate can't go below 120 beats per minute, and she ran a 36 10k tempo run. Reggie, what do you think about that?
Well, 10k, 36 minutes. All I can say is, look. Yes, indeed. Now, interesting to see Ashley Simonis taking the lead. Of course, both of these athletes are very well established, or they are starting to become household names in the South African athletics scene. But out of the pictures, people that we've actually never seen but who's in the lineup is Tsechofatso Setlakhu from Athletics Gauteng North, as well as Lisa Botha from Gauteng North as well. Another Central Gauteng athlete is Robin Kaltenbrun, and a Boland athlete is Jacqueline Kotze, and from KwaZulu-Natal Athletics, Michaela Johnson, Athletics Mpumalanga, Renee Marie Lewis, and then from Athletics Val Triangle, Ntombincha Nkuna. So it's a big lineup, but now the focus has just been on these three athletes. Well, on the first two athletes, Nicole van der Merwe, as well as Michaela Lowe. But then, do you think? What's your opinion now? I mean, they're halfway through the race. Who do you think is gonna take this one?
Personally, I'm rooting for Ashley Simone. She ran quite a few very fast 5,000 meter times down at Coastal, and that's after running 1,500 meter races. So, time-wise, on paper, I would say Ashley Simonis. Nicole van der Merwe has had a race or two in at these championships. I'm rooting for Simonis. Earlier, you mentioned Robin Kaltenbrun is also in this race. Kaltenbrun also more a road athlete, just recently ran the Two Oceans half marathon, where she was the first junior lady.
Yes, indeed, first junior lady. But look at this now. Simone is trying, just picking up the pace, but van der Merwe really just sticking through, and she's not allowing her to go. But Ashley Simonis, as you said, on paper, she's the favorite to take this one. But I must say, I want to salute Western Province Athletics for flying up the athletes, one day before the time, not so that they can prevent being struck by altitude, which is good. Whereas if you stay 3-4 days before the time, then you will be hit by altitude. But now they're coming to actually lap the first athlete there, while the last athlete of the bunch. But Simonis looking strong. But van der Merwe also looking really relaxed. But in third position, I think it's an athlete that we should not cut out of this race because she's not a household name. But Michaela Lowe, a possible winner of this race.
Well, we never heard of Stephen Makoka in high school, and then suddenly after high school he struck us all. So not being a household name in high school is maybe a good thing for Michaela Lowe, and she could come through the ranks after school We need senior ladies in the steeplechase in this country. We don't actually have steeplechase ladies. The ladies currently doing the steeplechase are ladies from TUT like Tembi Baloy. Tembi Baloy is currently our best steeplechaser in this country, and I think she doesn't even prefer to run the steeplechase. She's more a cross-country and road athlete.
Yes, it's sad to see that after junior years, after your under 23 years, the times are getting slow because the athletes have peaked too early in their lives. But look now, Van der Merwe has decided that, hey, the pace is a bit too slow. I'm taking it now with 5 laps to go. I'm taking it now time at about a 10:49. It's not the fastest of times. Adrian, 2 kilometers to go.
2 kilometers to go. Nicole van der Merwe pulls away. We'll check if Ashley Simonis can reel her back in, but Nicole van der Merwe currently in the lead. Van der Merwe has a 1500 meter PB of in the 4:30s, so she has a really fast. Simonis doesn't have a fast 1500 like that, so maybe Nicole van der Merwe has a bit of the advantage on the speed level. Not as high a knee lift, but she is there on the speed side. So Nicole van der Merwe is still leading this race out as they have about 1800 meters to go, 11:35.
Yes, it's interesting to see Nicole leading the race, and that's what she's been doing. And that's what her boyfriend, Clinton Swanepoel, the 1,500 meter athlete, has been doing as well. So it seems like it's a couple thing. Adrian, what do you think?
A couple thing going for the win, leading it out. Swanepoel also having a great season. I think he came really close to his 1500 meter PB down in Cape Town just recently. But in the shot just now, I saw that Simonis is not completely dropping off. It's just that little surge that caught her offside. As we see Roger Cedres, the VP cameraman, probably taking quite good pictures there of Simonis sitting on the grass.
Indeed. If there's one team, like I saluted them earlier, but if there's one team that showcases camaraderie, sportsmanship, and teamwork, it is indeed the Western Province athletics team, of course, that structures, that's just keeping them together. But let's not take away from all the provinces as well, as you can see, as Central Gauteng taking the lead. Also very well developed athletes in Central Gauteng. Central Gauteng is of course known for its long distance, middle distance athletes, whilst Gauteng North on the other hand is known for its sprinting, etc. But the Western Province is a mixture of things, but the focus now is on this woman under 20 5,000 meter race. And look at this, Simonis just doesn't want to give up.
Simonis always has that never give up attitude. As you see now, she's reeling Nicole van der Merwe back in. That surge might have caught her off guard, but she's coming back at her. But that's maybe a problem area to work on, that change of speed within a race. I can see all these VP athletes, which you talked about earlier, also all wearing Dada active wear shorts made by a lady from VP as well. We saw her earlier in the 1500 meter for under 23 women, Leanda Dubrain. But Nicole van der Merwe still in the lead here, as the effort to come back by Ashley Simonis might have taken something out of her, as she's now beginning to fall back a little bit more.
Yes, indeed, Adrian. But looking at pace now and looking at their age and Olympic qualifying times, and I mean, it's an Olympic year, but the fact that they are juniors should put them into contention to at least be selected for the Olympic Games. But a time like this is really not the fastest of times. Is this the problem in the development structures, or what do you think? Because these ladies should be running times of very close to 15:20, 15:25. Looking at that, at about a 3-minute 5-second pace for 5,000 meters.
If you look at their road races, they should be able to run sub 16 minutes at least on the 5,000 meters. Just recently, Dominique Scott ran a 15:25 on the 5,000 meters, which wasn't even an Olympic qualifier. Well, 1 second out of that Olympic qualifying time, but that was the fastest 5,000 ran by a South African woman in 15 years. Obviously, we have a problem in this 5,000 area, and I really hope that these young ladies like Nicole van der Merwe, Sherry-Lise Koeman, Simone Weitz, and even Ashley Simonis will get up to that standard where they can run those times. Look, we're nearing the 15:25 mark now. Dominic Scott would have finished the race now.
Indeed, that's what I've been talking about, and a guy who's really been trying to work on this is Mr. Donald Matipa from the Tembisa Street Mile, trying to get the street mile using that as a tool so that athletes could be encouraged to run 5 kilometers on the road. But that's the maximum that they should run on the road events. Look at the time now, almost approaching 16 minutes, right? And these are the times that the athletes should be finishing. But let's not take it away from Nicole van der Merwe, who's gonna be crowned the South African woman under 25,000 meter champion, unless a miracle happens now with Simonis just making a real big sprint finish.
Yes, Nicole van der Merwe still in the lead. Simonis in second, and Michaela Lowe from Free State still holding on to that third place. And just out of screen as well, Tsegefatse from Prestige College running for AJN is in fourth place at this stage. So Van der Merwe will be the clear winner in this race, I think, as she has the more speed on the kick towards the end as well. But our top 5,000 meter ladies in this country, probably now at this stage, in this country, not out of it, like Dominique, I would say, is the Pululas. And I'm not even sure if 5,000 is their main focus. What do you think, Reggie?
I also think there's a lack of focus. The athletes are literally all over the place. The one day you see them run a 21 kilometer, the next day they're running a 1,500 meters. So what are they actually? Are they track athletes? Are they cross-country athletes? Are they road runners? What's the deal? Do they want to go to Olympics? Or do they just want to go to Olympics because it's an Olympic year, and then for 3 years their focus are on road, making money? Really, I don't know. But 200 meters to go, time 17:52. Really, Adrian?
Well, this is around about the pace these ladies can run on a 10-kilometer race. So not too impressive, but maybe essays is all about the title rather than the win.
I must say, not to show it through, to break it down, but these are the times that the international race walkers would be finishing 5,000 meters. But Nicole van der Merwe now picking up the pace and finishing strongly. 18 minutes, 18:12. Yes, indeed, van der Merwe.